Hello and welcome back to SF Giants Recap, and in today's video I'm going over the Giants versus the White Sox. In today's game, the Giants, they came out swinging really well, winning 12-3, and so that's what we're going to go over. Make sure to subscribe and like if you do end up enjoying. I'll really appreciate it. And so we're going to hop right into the scoring. In the top of the second, Jock Peterson, he homered to make it 1-0 Giants. Then Roberto Perez, he singled to make it 2-0. In the top of the third, Mike Yastrzemski, he doubled to make it 3-0 Giants. And then in the top of the fifth, the Giants, they hit 4 solo shots to make it 7-0 after that inning was over. And all those were by Michael Conforto, Taro Estrada, Mike Yastrzemski, and David Villar. So a power surge right there. Then in the bottom of the seventh, Andrew Vaughn, he doubled, and that made it 7-1. And then Yasmani Grandal, he grounded out to score a run, so that made it 7-2, with Giants still in the lead. And then in the bottom of the eighth, Luis Robert, he hit a home run to make it 7-3. But then in the top of the ninth, David Villar, he came out and hit a grand slam, giving the Giants an 11-3 lead. And then Bryce Johnson, he homered, his first ever as a major leaguer, and so it was 12-3. That was the final score. I know that was a lot to go over, but now we're going to go over kind of how the pitching went and everything. Anthony DeSclafani, he started the game. He went 6 solid innings, allowing only 3 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, getting 4 strikeouts. So really good to see from DeSclafani. I do not know why he wouldn't pitch yesterday, because Stripling, he's way better than Stripling, and so I just don't get what the Giants pitching is doing there. But Sean Manaea, he came in for relief, which is kind of surprising. But he came in, did 2 innings, allowed 3 runs, unfortunately. But he did not let the damage get any worse than that. And then Tyler Rogers, he closed out the ninth, having a clean inning. So a very good job from our pitching staff. If we can allow 3 runs every game, we're going to win a lot. And so that's good to see from the pitching right there, especially DeSclafani coming out and doing that. Lamont Wade Jr., he had 2 hits today. Conforto had 2 hits. The one was the home run. And then Taro Estrada, he had 2 hits, but he got taken out in the ninth because of an injury. I'm not sure. There hasn't been much information. I think he'll be all right. Hopefully he is. I think he probably felt a strain or something. So hopefully he's out for maybe 1 or 2 games and then comes back and is fine. So I really hope for that. David Villar, he's my player of the game. 2 hits, which were both home runs, 5 RBIs because of the grand slam. Mike Yastrzemski, he may be the bounce-back player for this team. He had 2 hits today, 2 RBIs, and scored 3 runs, so he's been looking really good lately. He had 0 strikeouts today. I don't know if I've seen that in a year or so from Mike Yastrzemski, but today he came out, he played really well along with a lot of the Giants. So I hope this offense can continue. It's kind of hit and miss. It's pretty inconsistent. But as long as we're scoring a lot of runs, we're going to win a decent amount of games. And so it proved it right here. Tomorrow's kind of weird. We do have an off day. We then go play Wednesday against the White Sox again. So I don't know if it's because they wanted to make sure there was no weather postponements or anything, because it did start to rain. But I think it'll just kind of depend on how everything's going. But they got the game in today, so we'll see how the Giants play on Wednesday. So far, we're 2-2, looking pretty good for the offense. We got shut out, and they scored 7 runs. Got shut out, and they scored 12 runs. So just kind of an inconsistent. If the offense gets on a roll, then we score a lot of runs. But if we can't get anything going, we don't score any. So that's kind of how the offense is going to be, I feel like, for a lot of this year, which is hit and miss. And, I mean, I'd rather have that than just kind of a dead offense that maybe gets 1 or 2 runs a game, and instead going out maybe every other, maybe getting 2 here, something like that, and scoring a bunch of runs and guaranteeing that win, then I'll take it. But we've got to keep the offense a little bit more consistent. But other than that, we're looking really good, and we're getting a lot of power and seeing some guys who have been struggling either in spring or in the beginning of the year against the Yankees. They're starting to come out and play really well. So that will do it today for today's recap. Make sure to subscribe and like if you do end up enjoying. And if you got to this point, comment down below who you think will be the Giants' best player this year. And I'll see you next time.